crowd is thinned down. Okay. This man needs passing quick. Okay. We're going to go back. Earlier we were looking for Alan Ellis, and Mr. Ellis is now here, and he's a student at the high school. We've had him speak to us before, so I don't have to give him any direction. He can take care of it.
All right. Very quickly, I have some information for you guys on what I'm doing. I have the original packet if you need any more, but I've found some of the highlights. All right. First off, I want to say thank you very much for inviting me to come speak to you guys. This is an honor. It takes a lot of it takes a lot of courage for me to be able to come up here, and the fact that you guys are so willing to listen to me is very heartening. Okay, to give a quick overview of what I want to do, I'm going to try and read this a little bit like a disclaimer. I'm here today to ask for some sponsorship for the National Youth Leadership Forum on Medicine, because it's a lot of money, it's a financial hardship on my family, and it also expands everything that we need for medical treatment. I'm asking for all or part of the tuition payment, because $2,695 is a lot of money to have to put out at any given time, especially in hard times like this. To explain how I came about this National Youth Leadership Forum, our counselor at the Lincoln County High School, Mary Mullins, nominated me, and they have selected that I'm able to go. It should say somewhere in the packet that only the greatest students in the entire nation can apply and can then be selected. And I think that speaks volume for not only Lincoln County in general, but what this program can do for us. So I'm kind of going to schedule this a little bit like a debate case. I'll have 3 points for you, and then any questions you have for me to answer will go on. My first point is very much, it's a financial hardship. As you read in this little packet that I gave you guys, there is a way of us to fundraise money. It says that here are some advice that they'll give for us, and they explain that most people who attend had to fundraise. I was all gung-ho about just doing fundraising for myself, because it's not my style to come to the government and ask for money. But as I looked onto the website and tried to figure out what I can do, I realized that they've set it up for a very suburban style. Some of the methods that they said were walk people's dogs, mow their lawn, tutor them. Well, sadly, people don't have many dogs running from, and they're certainly not willing to pay $20 to have it walk in an area. When it's not possible to, well, they need to. They have backyards. It's all enclosed. Second thing to do is tutoring. Well, Lincoln County High School already has a tutoring program. Why would I have someone pay me to tutor them when they could have a teacher easily do it for free? The second part is, I'm not comfortable asking for people to give me money. I'm a firm believer that if you're wanting to succeed educationally, you need to have people who are always there for you. I'm not going to force someone to pay me in order so that they can advance their educational needs. That's not what this school system is made for, and I just wouldn't allow myself to do that. And then other methods really just don't speak for what the community needs. So I figured out that that's not going to work very quickly, and my parents certainly can't afford to dump out $2,600, which brings me to today. I would really need some of the funds. To the second point, I've already covered this a little bit, but this is a major honor. Not only does it speak volume for the character of the school, but it also shows that the school board, no matter what grade you're in, will help students, no matter what it is. I am a senior at Lincoln County High School, and I recognize that I'm probably not going to be here much longer. But by allowing me to go to this tuition, by giving me this opportunity, one, it will advance Lincoln County education standards. It will give us a name, almost. They can look at us and say, oh, Lincoln County must have a good education program, which will bring students in here, which bring families in here, which helps our community in the long run. It also shows that you guys are going to support students no matter what they're doing, which is a key aspect, in my belief, for a board to do, or the school system in general. It's clearly not just the board's job. Finally, it helps broaden horizons for me. as of right now, I really don't have any interest in the medical field itself. I have an interest in the science field. And this medical field will help me broaden what I want to do. It'll let me see the actual interconnectivity of the science fields that I want to go into and what's actually done in the medical field. It's one thing to say, oh, study and become a doctor. But when I can go to these medical research fields and figure out how research, how physics, how chemistry, how biology is actually being applied, it can do so much more for not only my education, but for everybody in the area. I think I said finally a little bit too prematurely, because you obviously need to know what I and my family are going to contribute if we can get some of this financial assistance. The tuition, as of right now, covers room board, food, and all of the professional needs I'm going to go to. So it covers classes, everything like that. It does not cover travel. It does not cover incidentals or anything of that nature. So my parents and I have clearly decided that we will pay for travel. We will pay for lunch. We will take care of all these nitty-gritty things that could come up to more than $1,000 of extra funds. What we cannot do is pay for that and a tuition. So again, I ask for sponsorship for these financial hardships. Really, what this has become, if I'm not able to get at least some assistance, is waving a T-bone in front of a dog. It says, here you go, you can have this T-bone, but find a way to get it. That's not fair for the student. It's not for the people who actually gave you this opportunity. And so again, I ask for sponsorship. Thank you. Any questions? I'm sure you'll have tons.
Anybody have any questions?
I'd like to know what your future educational plans are.
Right now, I'm thinking of becoming a physicist. In biophysics, it's actually become extremely important. I've noted in the science fields that they're studying how to use biology and integrate them together. I actually went to college just Sunday, and one of the coolest things I learned was that you can use physics to prove how many capillaries are in your body. And there are about 7 billion. I didn't know you could ever use things to actually connect these two scientific fields. And by allowing me to go to the medical field, I can not only advance what my degree will help me in, but learn more things. I also want to become a lawyer, but that's kind of indifferent to the medical studies.
I had 2 or 3 questions, but as you went on, you answered them all.
Okay.
Except for what city have you chosen?
I haven't chosen a city yet because the way it has to go is it's a first-come, first-served basis. I need to be able to pay the money to say I'm going to this city before I can do anything. I'm currently looking at UCLA or the California area because I am familiar with a lot of the colleges and medical institutions there, and they're very effective, or very good rather. Effective is probably a bad word, but
I just didn't know if you'd chosen.
not in depth, but I have not yet.
So this is a 10-day program?
It is a 10-day program in summer. Yes. The deadline is December 5th for the money, which is why I had to come to you today rather than on the 27th as was originally an option.
Have you approached Mr. Snyder?
I have approached Mr. Snyder. He came in and told me that he's going to help me in any way he possibly can, which shows that you guys at school and school county are trying to help me in any way possible, and I thank you very much for that.
Alan, we appreciate you coming. We'll certainly give this a look at it. We'll hope that Ms. Lucas could address this and see what we can do. I think ideally what we'd like to do is go through the schools. We've allocated monies for them to use, but I'm sure Ms. Lucas will talk with Mr. Snyder and then get back with us and kind of let us know where we are. But we wish you well and hope you, what city you do choose, that you go and make a lot from it.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate having you again. You're always a pleasure to have for us. It makes us feel like we're accomplishing things. Students like you are.
I have a question. Is he sure he doesn't want to be assistant principal?
As long as he doesn't go for principal.
I'm always recruiting. He can have that in a few years too.
Thanks a lot.
I'll keep that offer in mind when I'm in the money.
The part that worried me was the lawyer
Oh,
part.
money, that won't help you.